Imagine you're working on a document with your team, editing ideas, giving feedback, and watching changes unfold live. Every update appears instantly, keeping everyone in sync and boosting productivity. Now, what if you could build this real-time notification system yourself with nothing but pure JavaScript? In this tutorial, you'll discover exactly how to do that. No frameworks, no third-party libraries, just clean, powerful vanilla JS. You'll learn the core concepts behind the observer pattern, a design pattern used by industry leaders like Google Docs and Figma to deliver seamless, collaborative editing experiences. You'll see how to architect a notification system that updates every collaborator the moment any change happens, ensuring no one misses a beat. This knowledge isn't just academic, it gives you the tools to create responsive, scalable apps, whether for collaborative document editing, live chats, dashboards, or real-time analytics. You'll gain hands-on experience building the backbone for live notifications, understand how to keep your code modular and maintainable, and avoid the bloat and complexity of heavy frameworks. The problem we're tackling is clear: enabling instant, reliable updates to all users editing a shared document without relying on external libraries. By mastering this pattern, you empower yourself to control every aspect of your app's reactivity, performance, and extensibility. If you want to keep leveling up your development skills with practical, in-depth guides like this, make sure to subscribe. You'll stay ahead with our latest tutorials, tips, and real-world strategies for building high-impact features from the ground up. At the core of collaborative real-time applications lies a powerful architectural concept: the observer pattern. Imagine a newsroom where an editor sits at the center and dozens of reporters are scattered across the city. The editor, the subject, gathers news and, whenever there's an update, instantly calls each reporter, the observers, to inform them. In software, this editor-reporter relationship elegantly models one-to-many data flow. The subject maintains a list of observers and notifies them when its state changes. The fundamental principle here is decoupling. Observers don't need to know the details of the subject's implementation, and the subject doesn't care what each observer does with the update. In the context of JavaScript and collaborative document editing, the observer pattern allows the document model to broadcast changes to multiple user interfaces, notification systems, or logging modules, without hardwiring dependencies between them. For example, when a user edits a shared document, the document model notifies all registered observers. A notification manager might display a banner, user sessions might highlight the change, and the document history could be updated, all independently. This design not only simplifies code but also makes it extensible. New observers can be added or removed without altering the core logic of the document, creating a flexible foundation for real-time interactive experiences. The observer pattern in JavaScript is more than just a mechanism for event propagation. It's a strategy for achieving modular, maintainable, and scalable code in complex multi-user environments. Consider the alternative: tightly coupled components, where every part of the application must know about every other part it interacts with. This creates a tangled web of dependencies, a spaghetti code scenario that quickly becomes unmanageable as features and requirements grow. With the observer pattern, each component, whether it's the document model, a notification display, or an individual user session, is autonomous. They communicate exclusively through a well-defined interface. The subject exposes subscribe, unsubscribe, and notify methods, while observers implement an update method. This contract ensures that no matter how many observers exist or how their internal logic evolves, they remain interchangeable and independent. Furthermore, this architecture supports advanced use cases like selective subscriptions, where observers can filter for only the changes relevant to them, or batched notifications, which reduce performance bottlenecks during rapid updates. In collaborative editing, this means that as more users join, or as new features are introduced, like presence indicators or change tracking, the system remains robust and easy to extend, all thanks to the disciplined boundaries enforced by the observer pattern. Let's begin with the core observer pattern implementation in JavaScript. This file defines the subject and observer classes, forming the backbone of our real-time notification system for collaborative document editing. The subject class manages a list of observers and provides methods to subscribe, unsubscribe, and notify these observers of state changes. The observer class defines the interface for all observers. Next, the document model extends subject to represent the shared document. It manages the document content, applies edits, maintains a change history, and notifies observers on every edit. This is the observable that drives collaborative editing and notification updates. The notification manager is a concrete observer. It listens for document changes and generates user-facing notification messages. It accepts a callback to update the UI whenever a new notification arrives. User session is another observer implementation. It represents an individual user participating in the collaborative editing session. When notified of a document change, it updates the UI only if the change was made by someone else. This is the main application logic that wires together the document model, notification manager, and user session. It handles UI events, observer setup, and user switching. All real-time collaborative behaviors are orchestrated here. Here is the HTML file that provides the user interface for the collaborative document editor. It includes the editor area, user ID input, notification and history sections, and hooks into main.js. This CSS file styles the collaborative editor, notifications, and history displays for a clean, readable user interface. This is a simple automated test script for the observer pattern, verifying that subscription, notification, and unsubscription work as required. The package.json file provides project metadata and scripts for running and testing the collaborative document editor. The only dev dependency is serve for local static file serving. The collaborative document editor application appears, displaying the main interface with the editor, notifications, and document history panels. The page title, Collaborative Document Editor, is visible at the top. In the editor area, the initial content is cleared. The user, identified as Alice, begins typing, "This is a collaborative document," followed by, "Let's test real-time notifications." After a short pause, Alice clicks the Save button. Instantly, a notification appears, indicating that Alice performed an edit, and the document history is updated to reflect this change. The new content is displayed in the editor. Next, the editor is focused again, and additional text, "Collaboration is easy," is appended to the document. After a brief pause, Alice clicks the Save button once more. Another notification is displayed, and the document history logs this subsequent edit, showing the progression of collaborative changes. The user then changes identity by updating the user ID to Bob and clicking the Switch User button. A notification confirms that the user has switched to Bob. Now, Bob edits the document, replacing the content with "Bob was here," followed by the previous lines. He clicks the Save button, triggering new notifications and history entries that show Bob's participation and edits. The editor reflects Bob's updated content. Attention shifts to the presence indicator, showing active collaboration and confirming that multiple users are interacting with the document in real time. The user ID is changed again to Carol, and after clicking Switch User, a notification signals the new user session. Carol adds her input by typing "Carol adds her input" in the editor. After saving, notifications and the history panel immediately update, showing Carol's contribution and maintaining a real-time log of activities. The notifications panel is scrolled into view, allowing review of the recent real-time updates generated by all users. Similarly, the history panel is brought into focus, providing a detailed chronological account of all document changes and collaborative events. Finally, the user switches back to Alice by updating the user ID and clicking Switch User again. The interface responds with an updated notification. The view scrolls smoothly from the top of the application to the bottom and back, demonstrating the seamless multi-user collaborative experience powered by the observer pattern. Throughout the session, every edit and user switch is instantly reflected in both the notifications and document history panels, underscoring the live, synchronized nature of the collaborative editor. You've just seen how the observer pattern empowers you to build real-time notifications for collaborative document editing, entirely in vanilla JavaScript, free from heavy frameworks. Having this pattern in your toolbox means you can architect fast, decoupled, and scalable features like live editing alerts, presence indicators, and instant history, all with code you fully control and understand. As you apply these skills, you'll find it easier to create collaborative experiences that feel seamless and modern, whether you're working on team dashboards, chat apps, or even real-time analytics. If you want to keep leveling up with hands-on, real-world JavaScript patterns that you can immediately apply to your projects, hit subscribe. This channel is dedicated to accelerating your learning with practical, expert-backed examples, so you're always ahead of the curve and ready for any challenge your next project brings.